Hi,
Pam
Pam
Dishberger,
Dishberger, nice to meet
Alex
you.
Martin.
Pam
Jackson.
Dishberger, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us. We're from Cherry Street Pedicab Company and just like to open up by wondering if you are interested in having another form of transportation for Mercer students from downtown back to campus.
I think it's definitely something that we're open to hearing out, so.
Well, our goal is to basically provide a method of transportation for students that's safe, it's environmentally friendly, it's affordable, but it also provides students a job and a method of income for them as well.
Well, we already have a taxi cab service and a trolley service for students to get downtown. What makes your service any different or better?
Well, the thing with the taxi service is it's pretty expensive for just a 1.2 mile trip. It can run anywhere from $10 to $12. Our rate will be a $5 flat fee every time, no matter what, whether it's one person or two people on the pedicab. Also, with the trolley, there's no guaranteed seating. You might wait anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes for the trolley. You don't really know when it's going to show up. And then you might sit there and wait with a big group of people and not even get a seat on the trolley. Our pedicabs will run at a consistent rate. There's 10 to 12 pedicabs always running on the weekends, and you're guaranteed to get a seat.
So what constitutes a weekend for you? I know college students, we always have a weird definition of
Right.
the weekend. So what is your definition of a weekend?
So that weekend for us is actually, it's a little bit, like you said, it's not necessarily the conventional Friday to Sunday thing. It's much more of Thursday afternoon to Sunday night. It's time we figured out that it's peak time for students to be going out. But we've also realized that with the growing number of students, that is when kids are going out. Mercer's all the way up to almost 8,500 students. That includes graduates, but it also is just getting larger and larger and larger. So we're trying to figure out, with limited seating in the trolley, how else can we get kids downtown to help these businesses and have them, students pouring money into downtown, because we've seen those businesses grow recently already.
We've seen the growth that's going on in downtown Macon and love to help. And also, we want to have advertisement on our pedicabs. It'll be about $1,000 per cab. The town of Macon will get a percentage of that, and each individual company, restaurant, bar downtown can have a specific pedicab, and be kind of like NASCAR. They can advertise and deck out that pedicab, and it'll be their own advertisement.
That's really cool. So what specific benefits do you guys have for, I know you guys talked a little bit about the safety and kind of the student income, but can you guys kind of like expound a little bit more upon that and like how it's going to help Mercer specifically?
Right. So student organizations, like we mentioned, will be able to advertise. So that'll bring
Okay.
awareness to those organizations for their upcoming events. But we also want to be able to provide a job for these kids where they can go through a background check and they'll be able to drive students as well, or pedal students as well. And they will get the money. The $5 fee covers our operating expenses, but then anything charged above that is considered tips. So they will pedal for basically tips. Is kind of how that works. But also it'll provide another outlet for students who are in Greek organizations or other companies or other organizations on campus to basically sponsor a month and say we want to have 10 of our students or 10 of our kids basically running this operation for this month, and we will be able to work with them in terms of figuring out a commission rate and all that, just like we have with the city of Macon.
We also want our pedicab drivers to be friendly and knowledgeable of what's going on with tournaments downtown in Macon. If there's plays or shows or concerts coming up, when they're taking students downtown or back to campus, they can inform the students of this, and that will help advertisement for different places and shows down in downtown Macon.
So I think it's a great idea that you're using students to work for the pedicab. Are there any ways that you can ensure safety, specifically because it is students that are going to be using these?
They'll be well trained. They practice, take the route thousands of times.
So is it just for Mercer students?
It is.
Yes.
So we'll check their bear cards as they get on board, so that we know kind of who's on, who's not. And each pedicab peddler will have a iPad to register and sign in people based on names, so we'll know who's taking a trip, how far it was, where they went, what time they were dropped off, which is sort of like a liability for Ryan, just to make sure that kids are going where they're saying they're going and being dropped off. So that's sort of a liability kind of backing for us as an insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of going where they say they're going, what's the distance that you guys are looking at covering? I know you said from Mercer to downtown, but do you guys go a little bit past that, or have you planned out the route already, or?
Yep, so we actually have a route here, this is our visual. We have a route from, this is downtown, this is Ginger, which is a restaurant downtown, but this is the Mercer campus. And it's 1.2 miles from campus to downtown. We've actually expanded that a little bit, we've doubled that route length, and we're basically drawing a 3-mile radius from downtown. And so that's where we will go, and that's our operating scope. And that will give kids who live off campus an opportunity to take advantage of our business, but also kids who are on campus and just that close to get there and back.
And so you said it's a $5 fee for the 3-mile radius?
Correct.
Wow, that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we look forward to trying figuring out ways to generate revenue for our business, but also for the city of Macon, because we want to be a part of the city. We've seen the growth, we've seen businesses coming in, but we want to be a part of that as well.
Definitely.
Do y'all have any more questions for us?
I don't think so. It sounds pretty great, guys.
Well, thank you for your time, we appreciate it. We'd like to get a contract drafted up in the next 2 days, and then we'll like to submit it to you guys and let you look over it and then come back with any questions you might have.
Definitely.
Sounds
I think we'd
great.
love to do that.
For sure.
Well, thank you very much,
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to
Appreciate it.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.